Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, we're going to talk about the increase of alcohol use with women, okay? And guys, I did a live the other day. It was based on this article right here. 53% of women say that they're lonely at work, and it only gets worse as they climb. Now guys, this is basically talking about, look, the author's name is L'Oreal. Because I am black, once again, so I can say that this woman's probably black. Because we're the only ones that'll name our kids like L'Oreal and Gucci and Prada and Lexus. But anyways, so I was talking about this article here, and it's basically saying that women who work in the workplace are lonely. Oh my gosh, I'm so lonely. And then as they move up higher in the corporate ladder, they notice that they're more lonely. Now, us guys know that it's lonely at the top, right? That's just how it works, okay? You can't be the CEO and be friends and, go on a brunch and playing tiddlywinks with your employees. It just can't happen, right? But women seem to think that this should not be a thing. They want to go in these high pressure pathways to success and expect things to be soft. And that's not how it works, right? And guys, what stood out to me and what steered the conversation in this direction, look at this. To help cope with the stress, nearly 92% of senior level women who reported being lonely in the study said they turned to a negative coping behavior such as alcohol, drugs, over-exercising, and overspending. We know that over-exercising is not one, because you look at how overweight most of these modern women are. we all know they're all broke, so overspending is definitely one, right? So guys, we're going to jump into this here. And this is why are all these women out there getting crunk, right? Just getting blasted every weekend. Crying at home with their dogs, drinking boxed wine. So guys, I have a news report here and an article, so we're going to jump into this. But before we do, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps to keep this channel going. Hit the notification bell. Guys, let's just jump into this right now.
The pandemic is shedding a light on a variety of social issues, including alcoholism. And all new at 6, we are taking an in-depth look at the rising rates of alcohol use in women. According to a recent study, during the pandemic, women have increased the number of days they heavily drink by 41%.
41%, guys. That's almost 50%. That is crazy.
7 Eyewitness News reporter Ali Tui is taking a look at what's driving the problem and the warning signs to keep in mind for you or your loved one.
By now, you've probably seen something like this. A meme poking fun at drinking during the pandemic. Not to brag, but 2020 me can drink college me under the table, or it's called quarantine coffee. It's just like normal coffee, but it has margarita in it and also no coffee.
Quarantine coffee. Guys, I work from home, you know what I'm saying? So I could say that, 2020, 2021, man, I could say I was kind of there. Most of us were, you know what I'm saying? So.
But behind the joking is a growing problem. A rise in alcohol use among women.
The trend nationally always mirrors the communities.
Brandy Vandermark Murray is Senior Vice President of Operations for Horizon Health, a behavioral health agency that offers in- and outpatient treatment across Erie, Niagara, and Genesee counties.
What about the pandemic is making people turn to alcohol, in your opinion?
The stress, the isolation, the lack of healthy coping skills. I don't know any individual who can't identify that this past year was really challenging for them.
And here's the thing, guys, because this is from, I think, this is from a year ago. So this is in 2022, they're saying this, right? A lot of people, I think us men just drank, for those of us who work from home, because we didn't have anywhere to be the next day. And this report that I'll show you coming up tells that men drink more for fun, but women drink more to cope. So women may have been drinking for all the reasons that this woman said. But us guys, you know what I'm saying? We're just drinking because, hey, look, I ain't got anywhere to be tomorrow morning,
Vandermark Murray says many also lost that daily structure of work-life balance. And without structure, drinking alcohol became easier, more accessible, and more secretive.
And more secretive.
New York State even implemented an alcohol to go program during the pandemic. In
Capitalism.
Buffalo, alcohol abuse was likely primed long before the pandemic. The Queen City has among the highest density of bars per capita compared to other U.S. cities. Most recent data from a 2019 Smart Assets survey shows Buffalo has 22 bars per 100,000 residents.
Whoa. I guess Buffalo's a place to be, man, if you want to get trashed every weekend.
What it does is it normalizes the behavior. So you're a young adult, you're looking for something to do, and if you have minimal kind of non-alcoholic related social activities in your community, the default means let's go out for some drinks.
The University at Buffalo was recently awarded a $1.7 million grant from the National Institute for Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. The goal of the research to develop more effective ways to prevent and treat alcoholism.
Why is this kind of research necessary and important?
Well, alcohol is the fifth leading risk factor in deaths worldwide. It's responsible for more deaths in the United States than the opioid crisis.
Isn't that crazy, guys? Alcohol is responsible for more deaths than opioids. And another thing that he needs to talk about is that oftentimes when people delete themselves, alcohol's involved. Oftentimes when there's DV between man to woman, woman to man, same sex to same sex, alcohol's involved. A lot of times when children are abused, alcohol's involved.
Understanding and being able to treat this disorder is a really important public health issue.
According to health experts, here are a few signs you might have a substance use problem. Is your first thought after work having a drink? Are you drinking alone versus during a social event?
Guys, what do you call a person that plays drinking games by themselves? Undisputed champion. Oh, guys, I shouldn't joke about this, but guys, please, if you are an alcoholic, please get help. You know what I'm saying?
And here are some signs your loved one might have a substance use problem. Do you notice changes in their behavior? Are they moody, or are they experiencing sleep problems? Experts say it's important to start a dialogue, surround yourself with positive influences, and consider a no-obligation alcohol use assessment through Horizon.
It's more about coping.
Oh, yeah. Here, do some type of assessment and then contact them so they can make money. Now, guys, do you even think this awareness, do you think this is going to even work with women? Because they can't even tell each other that they're overweight anymore, or that they overeat anymore. Do you really think that they can tell each other, or that us men can tell them that they're alcoholics? And guys, don't ever date a woman that can't hold her alcohol. That gets drunk and starts swinging at you, or can't go to the bar without getting sloshed and acting stupid. Guys, don't do it. Please don't. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a video on that, right? Guys, don't date women that are drunks. Don't do it. Now, guys, we have an article here, and I shared this during the live, but I will revisit parts of it. Okay. Women now drink as much as men, not so much for pleasure, but to cope. And this is from 2021 also, okay? By the time Victoria Cooper enrolled in an alcohol treatment program in 2018, she says she was drinking for survival and not pleasure. She says multiple vodka shots in the morning, at lunchtime and beyond. At lunchtime and beyond in the treatment program. She saw other women in their 20s struggling with alcohol and drugs. It was the very first time in a long time that she'd not felt alone. So look at this girl. Goofy tattoos and stuff, and she was in college. Okay, look at that. So Victoria Cooper thought her drinking habits in college were just like everyone else's. Shots at parties, beers while bowling. Sure, she got more refills than some and missed classes while nursing hangovers. But she couldn't have a problem, she thought, because of what my picture of alcoholism was. Old men who brown bagged it in the parking lot. I thought it was fine. Once again, misandry. Women think that, I'm not, the picture of anything negative has to deal with a man, right? That common image of who is affected by alcohol disorders. You guys notice how when they're talking about women, they use alcohol disorder and not alcoholism, right? Being an alcoholic or being a drunk. Okay, so that common image of who's affected by alcohol disorders echoed throughout pop culture was misleading over a decade ago when Cooper was in college, and even less representative today. For nearly a century, women have been closing the gender gap in alcohol consumption, binge drinking, and alcohol use disorder. What was previously a 3-to-1 ratio for risky drinking habits in men versus women is closer to 1-to-1 globally, guys. Globally. And the latest U.S. data from 2019 shows that women in their teens and early 20s, they reported drinking and getting drunks at higher rates than male peers. That's crazy. I'm going to read that again, guys. And the latest U.S. data from 2019 shows that women in their teens and early 20s reported drinking and getting drunk at higher rates than their male peers. And in some cases, for the first time since researchers began measuring this behavior. This trend parallels the rise in mental health concerns among young women, and researchers worry that the long-term effects of the cough could amplify those patterns. Now, guys, here's the thing that I didn't know. Research shows that women suffer health consequences of alcohol, like liver disease, heart disease, and cancer, more quickly than men, even with lower levels of consumption. So, guys, we live in a society now where we say, oh, men can be women and women can be men and men aren't different. There's no biological. Apparently, there's a biological difference here. Look at that. Perhaps most concerning is that the rising gender equality in alcohol use doesn't extend to the recognition or treatment of alcohol disorders. So even as some women drink more, they're often less likely to get the help that they need. Well, guys, why do you think that is? You can't even tell obese women that they're overweight. These obese chicks are saying that it's discrimination for doctors to ask them how much that they weigh. And you think that it's going to be okay to tell a woman, once again, that she needs to get help because she's a drunk? Okay. In Cooper's case, drinking eventually led her to drop out of college at University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She moved back home and was soon taking a shot or two of vodka each morning before heading to the office for her finance jobs, followed by 2 more drinks at lunch. So, guys, she dropped out of college because she was a drunk and still got a job. Clown world. So when she tried to quit on her own, she was quickly pulled back by the disease. That's when I got scared. When I tried to not drink and only made it 2 days. I was drinking for survival. Look at that, guys. Although the gender gap in alcohol consumption is narrowing for all ages, the reasons differ. Here we go, guys. For people over 26, women are increasing their alcohol consumption faster than men. That is crazy. So, guys, I'll leave the links to this article in the description also, guys. And basically, it just goes on to say that they use alcohol, that women use alcohol as a coping mechanism. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've ever dealt with an alcoholic in a relationship. If you've ever dated one, if you've ever gone on a date with one, you know what I'm saying? If your sister or your mom was an alcoholic, let me know how you dealt with that, because this is messed up. And guys, if you can avoid it, do not deal with a woman that's getting drunk. And to follow up, guys, right before we leave, look, women generally have less body water, which dissolves alcohol, than men of the same weight. That means that the same number of drinks leads them to have higher concentrations of alcohol in the blood, and their body tissues are exposed to more alcohol per drink. The result, from less years of alcohol use, women are getting sicker faster. Wow. So, guys, I'm going to leave that here. There's some other crazy stats. One study found that alcohol-related visits to the emergency room from 2006 to 2014 increased 70% for women. That's crazy. So, yes, once again, I'll leave this in the description box. Check it out, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.